Hi, my name's Andrea Capere, and you're watching Mission Nonprofit. Each month, we connect with local organizations and agencies that are making a positive impact in our communities. Tonight, we're talking with Melanie Kincaid of the Child Care Action Council to talk about their work with children and early childhood education. Thank you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So tell us about the Child Care Action Council. What's your mission?
Sure. Our mission is to promote and nurture early learning communities where families and children can thrive. And that's what we're doing here in Thurston County. We also do extend to the Olympic Peninsula, but most of our services are here in Thurston County.
So what age range for those kids?
Sure. So we're focusing on birth to 5 years old for the majority of our programs. And our Safe Kids program also extends all the way to school-age children as well.
Okay, great. So you mentioned specifically in Thurston County and the Olympic Peninsula. Can you tell us what needs specific to the Thurston County area are you responding to through your work?
Yeah, sure. So we know that early learning is such a huge developmental stage for our children. They're learning the most. They have all these neural connections that they're making. And if they don't have that access to early learning, that doesn't happen. It happens at a slower rate. And we also know that when we are looking at low-income families, they don't have that same equitable chance for those early learning opportunities. So we're going in not only we work with providers and child care centers to help them bring high quality learning experiences to the children in our community, but we're also working with our parents to give them the tools and the support that they need to nurture their children, as well as we look at the parents. A lot of times they don't have access to child care because it's too expensive, basically. One of the statistics is that it's more expensive to put your child in or to pay for childcare than it is to pay for college. And that when you have a new family just starting off in life, that's a huge expense to pay, and many can't do it.
Yeah.
So what they rely on are their parents or their friends or their neighbors. So we have many programs that also help support that group of people as well.
So not only filling the gaps, but also providing an opportunity to just increase the power of these programs in our community.
Yeah, just give more chances for early learning opportunities in our community.
Okay. So tell me about some of those programs that you have.
Sure. Well, let me kind of go back to those three different groups. So the first one is working with those child care providers. We have something called Early Achievers, and that's a rating system that it's throughout the state of Washington, but it's a measurable way that parents can say, look at different child care centers and know that they're meeting state standards. So we go in and we work with them to go up to standards. We also have a professional development section where providers come in and they learn more how to give that high quality early learning to the children. And then on the other side is the families. So one of our near dear programs that we have is Raising a Reader. And that gives the parents that tool to be like their child's best first teacher. I mean, that's what you are as a parent. You're their best teacher. So it's an early literacy program where these little red book bags are given to the children every week. So 4 new books are put in the book bags. The children are super excited to take them home, to snuggle up with their parents and read with them every day once they have those new books. But we give the parents tools as well. So we teach them how to engage with their children in, making reading fun and making that routine every night, reading with their child, a possibility. So that's Raising a Reader, and it's a fantastic program that we serve almost 800 children right here in Thurston County alone. And we're also partnering with the ECAP and Head Start classrooms. So we're looking at families that are, low-income families that might not have that access to books in the same way. So giving them that access. And then the third way is the Friends, Family, and Neighbors program, or well, it is a program as well, but looking at that group of people, we have the Kaleidoscope Play and Learn groups. In Thurston County, we have 2 of those groups. And we focus on not only giving them tools of, the children we teach them how there's the developmental milestones within those classes, and giving them tools to help make, what am I trying to say? Just help them progress within those milestones. But we also connect them to services, any kind of support that they might need, other community organizations that they can get support from. And they also are connected to themselves, because a lot of times as a new parent, you're kind of isolated, and that group feeling of coming together and being with other parents, with other children, it's a great support mechanism within the community.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to tell you about a new program that we are starting as well, which combines a lot of those different means. So we're really excited about a new family volunteer program that we just started in November was our first one. So every month we have families come together with their children. 2 to 5 is the age that we're really looking at, but younger and older are welcome to come as well. But our early learning staff will put together activities that are appropriate for that age group, so that they can have a really wonderful volunteer experience in our community. So not only is this program incorporating our Raising a Reader program, so there's a book that kind of introduces the volunteer project that we're doing. And then we do an activity later on with the Kaleidoscope Play and Learn group, where they're doing a craft or they're doing some kind of developmental activity that helps them. And this program also includes our Raising a Reader program, where there's a book that's paired with that volunteer service during that day. After we read a book together, then we will go and do an activity that is provided by the Kaleidoscope Play and Learn group. And it's often an activity that teaches either those fine motor skills or those large motor skills, and we teach the parents about what they're learning during that time. And I think that we also had a TV cameraman come out and video that one of those activities that we did.
Yeah, so it sounds a lot of fun, and like a lot of fun. I'd love to do that, but I'm obviously over 5. But we do have some video of that, so let's take a look.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. This is our Caring Kids event, and it's a family volunteer program. And we're really looking at that 2 to 5-year-old age and giving them activities that not only they feel a part of, but also those activities are giving back to the community. So with Caring Kids, we not only give back to the community, but we also incorporate some of our family service programs into each volunteer activity. So today you saw blocks. So those blocks are a part of our Blockfest program, and that's early math. And they're learning STEM skills. They're learning so much about just developing those STEM skills. Then we also have our Raising a Reader program. So we pair a book with each volunteer activity that we're doing. And the kids learn about the activity we're doing through the Raising a Reader book that we share that day. And then we have the Kaleidoscope Play and Learn group. And that group, those program coordinators will give us activities for our volunteer project that day. And those activities are things that you can take home with you and do, and that all helps with the child development and getting them ready for school.
I'm the program coordinator for Raising a Reader. It's a book sharing and parent engagement program. We're in 3 counties, Thurston County, Mason County, and Lewis County, and we serve about 1,250 students and families this year. And what our program is all about is promoting early literacy and culture change within the home. So what we do is we educate teachers and parents on the importance of early literacy and how the simple act of reading with your children can really give them the skills they need for comprehension and vocabulary building before they head into kindergarten. So what we're doing with this story time is pointing out pictures in the book and asking the children what they see, what it might remind them of, so that they're getting the thinking skills, how they can relate the story to something in their life or something that they're familiar with. We're also pointing out words that might be new to them to help them build their vocabulary. Something that you want to do when you're reading with your children or other children is asking open-ended questions like, what is happening here? Where do you think they're going? Why does the character feel this way? And this is all really ways to engage with your child and help them build some critical thinking skills and to get them excited about reading, and their curiosity is built up that way.
So if you like what you see here today and you want to be a part of our Caring Kids program, we welcome you to join us. Every month we have a new activity. We partner with a new nonprofit, and just come join us. Bring your kiddos with you and have a great time and learn some things as well. Go to our website, www.ccacwa.org, and find out all about Caring Kids today.
Well, thank you for giving us the opportunity to see all of that.
Of course. No,
Yeah.
pleasure to have you there.
So share with us some of the success stories.
Sure. So our program is very large. In Thurston County alone, we serve over 6,000 children and their families every year. For example, our Safe Kids program, where we're providing not only safety, like there's car seat demonstrations, there's life jacket loaner boards that we have throughout the county. So they're not only giving that information to parents on how to keep their children safe, but they're also providing materials and supplies. So this year alone, this last fiscal year, we gave over 1,200 items, safety items. So that could be car seats or helmets or CO2 detectors. So it's just a huge community outreach that we partner with so many, like fire stations and police, and there's just so many people that we partner with Safe Kids, and then that also goes with all of our other programs. We're very connected within the community and just all trying to work together for that high quality early learning experiences. We always do evaluations at the end of our program, and for instance, like the Raising Reader program, they report that they are spending more time reading with their children and they're creating routines. So we hear this back from the parents that these programs are making an impact on their children. And it's just, it's wonderful because they're free programs at the same time. And everything is supported through not only grants, but also individual donations and businesses. So that's what keeps us going and making these things possible for the children in our community.
It's important work.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a lot.
And you're making a difference in individual families and children's lives.
Yes.
But you're also doing work at that more macro level and regional.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the legislative work or advocacy work that you're involved in?
Yeah, this year is a huge year for us because it's that 2-year budget that they're putting forward. And we need to make sure that childcare and early learning experiences are just know how important that is to our children, and know that there's a crisis going on in our communities right now. People don't have access to childcare. They can't afford childcare. And the flip side of that is that our providers, they're not paid well at all. One of the stats that they said is that childcare providers make less than dog groomers and parking lot attendants. And these are the people that are shaping and molding the children that, you know, our children that will come and just, we need them to grow up strong and be great citizens into the future. So.
Ultimately, those children will be taking care of us.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what would you like to see?
You spoke about volunteering for our organization. We're looking for volunteers to not only help on a large level, like with the board of directors, but we're also looking for those volunteers to help with our special events and some of our programs as well. There's so many programs that I even haven't told you about. So Blockfest is one where we travel to the schools and do STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math. So they're learning that at a very young age, but we need volunteers to help make that possible as well. And also spread the word about us, because a lot of people haven't heard about what we do here in the community. We have Margie's Crisis Nursery, which is if a family or a parent finds themselves in crisis, they can call our offices and they can be connected to a child care provider. We pay for that care so that they're able to have their child in a safe and loving environment. But just volunteers to help with all of that, and donors to help with that as well, because again, all of our programs are free to the families that we serve, and we couldn't do that without the strong support of individual donors and businesses.
So what's your website, and how can we get a hold of you?
Sure. So our website is www.ccacwa.org.
Okay.
So, yeah. And we also are very active on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So you can find us by just putting our name, Child Care Action Council, in the search bar and finding us that way.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And with just a few minutes left, do you have any campaigns that you're launching, or any public events? You had mentioned this block party.
Yeah, well, let me, the first one that's coming up, it's February 21st, and that's our Warm Hearts fundraising luncheon. And that's one of the major ways that we raise funds for our programs throughout the year. It is a free lunch, but of course there's no such thing as a free lunch. So we hope that people come and just, come find out everything that we're doing as a part of Child Care Action Council, but also give to those programs that we support. And then later in the summer, we do a build-off event where it's a free community event. We bring in other partners and early learning partners throughout Thurston County, and we just have this huge party basically with it focused on our Blockfest event, and we have a build-off where it's the tallest structure will win. So last year, Great Wolf Lodge was wonderful, and they donated 2 stays at the lodge for the people that built the tallest. And I believe that was I believe it was 9 foot tall that the participants built it. So yeah, it's a fun educational event. So
and there's prizes on the line.
There are prizes, lots of prizes.
Awesome. That's all we have for you. Thanks for watching Mission Nonprofit. You can watch us on Channel 77 on Mondays at 7 p.m., Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., and Saturdays at 6:30 p.m., or watch us on the web and learn more about how you can get involved with community media. Visit tcmedia.org. See you next time.